Welcome to CUWFalcons.com postgame football interview here with head coach Greg Etter and the Cheese Bowl trophy. Here it is, Coach. The third year in a row it's staying in Mequon. Brand new trophy, by the way. What do you think?
Well, number one, I think it's a beautiful trophy. Number two, I think it belongs here in Mequon, and we're very proud to keep it.
I agree with that. Let's set that down and talk about the game. A 45-28 victory. You score 35 unanswered points to go up 35-14. You set the tone with the offense, but the defense really made a statement today. Second and third quarter, Lakeland had 7 possessions. They didn't score. They had, grab my stats here, they had 3 punts, 2 interceptions, a fumble. They went out on downs. Talk about that and how important it was to score, but to shut them down at the same time.
Well, number one, I'm very proud of our football team. Our guys overcame some adversity, and they beat a very good Lakeland football team. I thought coming in that it was going to be a heck of a battle, and the way that our guys responded, I couldn't be more proud. We were coming off a defensive performance down in Chicago that we were not pleased with. Our players were not pleased with. We changed practice format. We made a couple of adjustments. And as you know, Lakeland got off to a quick start, but we made some adjustments during the football game, which takes some maturity on our players' parts. Good job by the defensive staff, and the results speak for themselves. Disappointing the fact that we gave up some big plays, but overall I thought our defense stepped up, had a very good football game, and gave us an opportunity to win.
Coming into the game, one of the matchups I had to watch was your pass defense against Lakeland's passing offense. If you could have shut them down and make them one-dimensional, which you did, really helped the defense kind of key in on that running game and really be one-dimensional, and you guys could really lock down on them. Is that what happened?
Well, what ended up happening is our guys built confidence as the game went on. Lakeland, who Coach Doherty does a great job, the young men play hard. They run a lot of offensive plays, and it's very, very hard for an inexperienced defense to be in the right spot all the time. And so as the game went on, they kind of went away from their initial game plan or what we had planned on doing, what we had seen on film, and their quarterback, who has given us fits over the years, he did a great job throwing the ball, did a great job of running the ball, so we had to make adjustments as the game went on, and very proud of how our kids handled those adjustments. Our offense was moving the football, having success, which allowed us some time to make adjustments, and some turnovers. When you play hard, good things happen, and that's what ended up happening with us with, like you said, the results. After the start of the football game, we spotted them 14 quick points, but then we settled in and couldn't be more proud of how our kids played.
You talked about the defense. We can't do this interview without talking about the offense. You went 13-20 today on third down, which allowed you to keep the ball moving to score some touchdowns. But Austin Tomasini, again, connected with Garrett Wenzelberger. Tomasini set school record 425 passing yards. Wenzelberger with 219 receiving. You can't be anything but happy with that.
Well, it's expected.
True.
If you know those two young men and the support cast, those guys are playmakers. Those guys are difference makers. Those guys are winners on the field, off the field. And I've told you interview after interview that as those two go, our football team goes. And Garrett made a point to come to me and he said, "Hey, Coach, we're not done yet. We're winning this football game." And that's when we were down 14-0. And when you've got leaders on your football team that are the playmakers, it makes your job as a coach much easier. But again, if you look at how our offense performed, they could have easily folded the tent. Mm-hmm. They could have looked out there and said, you know what, here we go again. What's going on with the defense? They're moving the football. We had a mishap in the special teams. But you know what? It's business as usual. They know they're going to get the job done and give the offensive staff credit. I mean, they figured out what, Lakeland's doing, how they're attacking us. And once we knew that, then we take advantage of it. And when you have two playmakers like Austin Tomasini and Garrett Wenzelberger, it allows you to make those type of plays and make those types of adjustments.
Austin was not only effective through the air, he had 111 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. But going back to the passing game, James Saunders, 6 catches. Kurt Evans had 5. Cody Johnson had 4. Yes, you do have 2 stars, and like you said, as they go, the team goes. But you have multiple guys on this team that you can go to when you need to. Things get spread out, and it makes it very hard on the opposing defense to at least make an attempt to slow you down.
Well, exactly. I mean, the support cast starting up front with the protection, starting with the running backs with the ability to run the football or ability to insert and pass protection. You have to have a support cast. It can't just 2 guys win a football game. It starts with those 2 guys, but it takes a support cast. I thought one of the biggest plays of the game today was Peter Morton. I thought when he went up, I believe it was 3rd down and long, and he went up and made a sensational catch, which kept the drive going and allowed other people to make plays. And so the thing that's nice as a head coach is those guys are unselfish. You know what I mean? When it's their opportunity, they're going to step up and make a play. And number one, they got the ability to do that. And number two, you know, it's not about me. It's about the team. And when we're moving the ball, making first downs, scoring touchdowns, they don't care who gets the credit. You know, and so yes, you're exactly right. When you have guys like James Saunders, Cody Johnson, Peter Morton, you got the running backs that we have in LeCurt and Shea in the offensive line. It makes things easier.
All right, thanks, Coach. Stay tuned to CUWFalcons.com for a recap on today's 45-28 Cheese Bowl victory over the Lakeland College Muskies.